Hey everyone, welcome back to JDrama Today. Today's story is all about one of Japan's most beloved and dynamic bands, Mrs. Green Apple, and the truth behind their long break, what they learned from it, and how it shaped a new direction of their music and identity. Their story is not just about fame or success, it's about reflection, self-discovery, and the courage to start again. On October 25th, the three members of Mrs. Green Apple appeared as guests on Nippon Television's Show with Music. It was one of those rare moments where artists spoke openly about the choices that shaped their journey. During the show, the band shared never-before-heard details about their first hiatus and what really went on behind the scenes during those 2 quiet years away from the spotlight. Just a few days earlier, on October 16th, the band had already posted an update on their YouTube channel, announcing that Phase 2 of their activities would end by the end of the year and that they'd be moving into Phase 3 next year. Fans were thrilled to hear it, but also curious. What exactly were these phases? And what did that time of silence between them really mean? For those who followed Mrs. Green Apple since their early days, you know how full of energy and creativity they've always been. Their songs have a way of capturing emotion, that bittersweet mix of youth, nostalgia, and hope. So when they released their greatest hits album back in July 2020, and soon after announced a hiatus, many people felt both gratitude and sadness. At the time, no one knew how long they'd be gone or what they would return as. But now, after hearing what they've shared, it's clear that their break was not about slowing down. It was about rediscovering themselves. Keyboardist Suzuka Fujisawa, now 32, looked back on that time and said something that really stayed with fans. During the hiatus, we all had time to reassess what suited us from scratch. That single line says so much. It wasn't just about music or performance. It was about identity, about asking, who am I really? And what do I truly want to create? For creative people, that's one of the hardest but most necessary questions. During that break, the band didn't simply rest. They explored, they experimented, and they learned more about themselves as individuals. Vocalist and guitarist Motoki Omori, who's now 29, shared that each member decided to take some interesting and even fun self-diagnostic tests. Things like skeletal diagnosis and color diagnosis, which are quite popular in Japan. These tests don't have anything to do with health. Instead, they help people understand their natural features, body type, and which styles or colors best suit them. Omori said, "We all underwent various diagnostic tests during our hiatus, and we all had our own bone structures. There are 3 types, straight, natural, and wavy." He smiled as he shared the results. "I'm straight, Wakai is natural, and Fujisawa is wavy." It was a light-hearted discovery, but it carried a deeper meaning. Through something as simple as fashion and form, they began to understand each other better. Each member was different, not just in sound, but in essence. And rather than try to blend those differences, they started to embrace them. They learned that what suited one person might not suit another, and that this was a good thing. Their individuality could make the band stronger, not weaker. That realization became the seed of their creative revival. As time passed, the group slowly began experimenting again, trying new styles, exploring different ideas, and even rethinking what it meant to perform as a band. They decided that when they returned, they didn't just want to catch up with the music scene. They wanted to lead it. That attitude became the spirit of Phase 2, their period creative rebirth. Omori explained that after being away for 2 years, he noticed how much the Japanese music scene had changed. He said, "After about 2 years of hiatus, when I looked at the trends among artists during that time, I felt like we had entered a creative era or a new period." He could see that music and artistry were evolving. Artists were experimenting more with visuals, expression, and identity. And that inspired Mrs. Green Apple to push themselves even further. Omori wanted the band to be seen as a role model for creativity, a group that wasn't afraid to change, to grow, or to express something new. He said, "I thought I'd be happy to be a role model that people would consider new. So I tried wearing makeup, appearing on variety shows, and other positive things." That mindset, open, forward-looking, unafraid, became the heart of their return. Their time off gave them confidence to experiment with their image, sound, and public presence. Instead of worrying about what others might expect, they focused on what felt true. And that authenticity is what fans immediately noticed when they came back. during their hiatus. They also learned to appreciate the bond between them. 3 different personalities, 3 different approaches, but one shared passion to make music that connects with people. That connection between members and with fans is what has always made Mrs. Green Apple special. Even now, as they prepare for Phase 3, that lesson continues to guide them. Their story shows that sometimes the best way forward is to step back. Taking time to reflect doesn't mean giving up. It means returning stronger, with new ideas and a clearer purpose. The way they spoke about their hiatus, with honesty, humor, and humility, reminded fans that success isn't just about constant activity. It's also about pausing, looking inward, and asking what really matters. When they reemerged, fans noticed something refreshing. Their music still carried the same emotional depth, but now there was something extra, a kind of calm confidence. The energy was still there, but it felt more focused, more intentional. Omori's decision to explore makeup and variety shows wasn't just about appearance. It symbolized freedom, the courage to express himself in ways he hadn't before. He and the band were saying to fans, it's okay to change. It's okay to grow. It's okay to rediscover yourself. That message resonated deeply. Many fans said that hearing about the band's process made them think about their own lives, about the value of taking breaks and trusting the process of renewal. And now, with Phase 3 on the horizon, there's a real sense of excitement. What will this next chapter bring? If Phase 1 was about rising and Phase 2 was about redefining, perhaps Phase 3 will be about becoming. Truly becoming the version of themselves they've been building toward. Whatever it is, one thing is clear. Mrs. Green Apple's story isn't just a timeline of releases and performances. It's a journey of transformation, of 3 artists learning who they are and inviting their audience to grow with them. Their hiatus wasn't the end of something. It was the beginning of something new. And in a way, it reminds all of us that rest, reflection, and self-knowledge can be just as powerful as action. So as they move into Phase 3, fans everywhere cheering them on, not just for the songs they make, but for the honesty they've shared and the inspiration they've given. Because sometimes the most beautiful music comes from silence, from the spaces between the noise. That was the story of Mrs. Green Apple's meaningful hiatus and their return with renewed purpose. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss more inspiring moments from Japan's entertainment world. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay creative, stay inspired, and see you next time on JDrama Today. Cherry Blossom.